we are now going to jump into the camera views and get into the home screens of the DJI app. So first, when you jump in and the drone is connected, you are going to see your home screen here, which is really nice. It's showing you I only have 30% on my battery left, 60% on my RC, and my return to home, max altitudes, max distance set, and my various brakes. So the great thing is on this drone, it gives you a pre-flight with all your settings that are all on one screen. Really love that. So let's close that down and we're going to jump into our main screen here. If we look here at the top of the screen, you have your status bar. All right, so that's pretty normal. RTK is off. It is engaged off. I can click the RTK and I could turn
RTK
it
positioning
on,
error.
but I am not
Positioning
outside.
accuracy affected.
And so
Fly
we'll
with
have
caution.
a separate lesson about how to hook up the RTK and the RTK module. You see I've got 14 satellites, full RC strength, and then if we come down, you're going to see here's all your camera settings. The unique thing you need to see here is because this is the multispectral drone, there are two options, RGB and multispectral, or just visible light. I'm going to just leave it on RGB. We'll talk about multispectral shooting, photography, techniques for multispectral data capture in another lesson. There are settings. If you come here, you have your video format settings that you can choose. You have photo format settings as well you can choose. So we're not going to get into that now. You can see I'm in video or photo. All right. And then you have all your different single shots, time shots, and you can choose the intervals, panorama. So this is for taking a pano shot. Okay. I want to actually just go back to single shots. Okay. Then you have your zoom here going up and down on your zoom. You've got also your landscape, your macro, however you want to. Those auto functions. Let's just go back out to normal. Got up to a 4x zoom. So that's great. And if we keep coming down, this is where you could look at your video. I don't think I've got anything going on there. Let's get out of there. All right. Then we're going to come over here on the bottom. You're going to see you can switch to the, here I am sitting, there's my legs, the camera view of the drone. So there's 4 different camera views you can look at here on the drone, and you can pop in and out. Pretty cool, right? Okay, let's get me back, and we can put that down. Then on the bottom, this is your navigation bar. When we're flying, I will go over those settings a bit more, but it gives you the location of your home point and your speed, your altitude, velocity, etc. And you're also, if you see in the bottom right here in the corner, it says the number of meters I am above sea level. So that's pretty exciting there. Over on the left, we've got our map screen. So our map screen is the same map screen we're used to seeing. You can see I'm in my house there, and the home point is set at the same place. And up, that is probably all you need to see about the map screen right now. We'll come back over there. Then you're going to see over, if we're working our way back up the side now of the left, you have a point of interest that you can select a pinpoint and fly that as an orbit, just from dropping a pinpoint and then have a point of interest. Okay, here you see there's the visible or the multispectral. You can quickly shoot the 2. That's really exciting. You can also, when this is open, you can select which bands you want to look at. So which camera do you just want to look at, the red edge or the red edge, the near infrared, all right? Or do you want to look at the NDVI? You can also change if you just want it to be a different color scheme, you can change that there as well. So that's up here. So I'm looking at NDVI, GNDVI. But let's say you want to also, if you see this bar up here, over here on the side, there is this SBS. Let's click that. That's called side by side. This allows you to be flying and seeing both the multispectral and the RGB simultaneously. Super cool function. So let's take side by side off. Let's go straight just to visible light. It's a little easier to see the screen, and we're going to keep moving up. So I showed you or point of interest, but then there's something called pinpoint. This drops a pin at the location of your drone when you're flying. These pinpoints are very useful, and we'll talk about them later. The last thing that we should look at here is this little weird globe thing. Alright, right up in here. That is a
gimbal down.
Moves your gimbal automatically.
Recenter.
Okay, up
gimbal
and down. You can go
gimbal recenter.
Left and right too on the gimbal. Also, if you come over here, this is how you get into your flight plans. We'll get into flight plans in a moment. And if you go over there, you are able to fly to those pinpoints. So you see now that there's a pinpoint dropped here in my room. This would allow me to fly to that pinpoint. So that's something that's pretty cool. And then here is my YouTube service, that cloud. Alright, and so you would say start live stream. I'm going to have to hit pause because I don't have the computer on live streaming. A computer needs to be live streaming at the same time as well. We'll talk about that in that other lesson. There's a quick overview of the home screen and the map screen. And in the next lesson, I will talk about the settings.